Imagine a force so quietly devastating, it dismantled centuries of established dogma without firing a single shot. Picture a mind so alien, it saw pathways where others saw only walls, twisting reality until the impossible became mundane. This isn't science fiction, it's the unsettling truth lurking beneath the surface of professional sports, a cosmic anomaly that arrived not with a thunderous roar, but with a casual shrug, and proceeded to devour the very essence of what we thought we knew. A phantom limb in the body of the game, operating with an unseen, unnatural precision that begs the question, what ancient, forbidden knowledge does this entity possess? This entity, a paradox wrapped in human form, is Nikola Jokic. He is not merely a basketball player, he is an architect of chaos, a statistical glutton, and a silent predator who stalks the hardwood with a disarming lack of conventional athleticism, yet somehow leaves behind a trail of shattered expectations and bewildered opponents. For decades, the colossal figures known as centers were defined by their brute force, their rim protection, their earth-shaking dunks, and their relentless battle for rebounds in the paint. They were the anchors, the enforcers, the last line of defense, lumbering giants whose primary objective was to dominate physically. But then came Jokic, a man whose physique initially inspired more pity than fear, a gentle giant with a touch so soft it felt like a betrayal of his very position. He didn't just bend the rules, he rendered them obsolete, replacing the established order with a fluid, amorphous system born from his own singular genius. His game isn't a performance, it's an intellectual insurgency, a cold, calculated dismantling of conventional basketball wisdom that has left the sport reeling, questioning its own identity, and gazing into an abyss of uncomfortable new possibilities. He didn't just rewrite the playbook, he burned it, then built a sprawling, intricate mansion from the ashes, with secret passages and hidden rooms only he could navigate, leaving everyone else to wander lost in its alien architecture. Jokic's vision transcends the mere act of seeing, it's an all-encompassing awareness, a preternatural foresight that allows him to perceive not just the present positions of 9 other players, but their next 3 movements, their intentions, and the precise geometric angles required to exploit every microscopic crack in the defense. His passes aren't just accurate, they are surgical strikes, quantum leaps across the court, delivered with a casual flick that often makes them seem almost accidental, belying the sheer brilliance embedded in each trajectory. He is a puppet master without visible strings, manipulating the entire defense with a subtle head fake, a seemingly innocuous dribble, or an eye movement that sends opponents scrambling into a self-destructive waltz. Defenders are drawn to him like moths to a flame, only to be incinerated by a sudden, no-look dart through a keyhole-sized gap they swore was impenetrable. Unbeknownst to many, Jokic's formative years were spent not on basketball courts, but meticulously studying his father's horse racing strategies, an obscure mental discipline that inadvertently sharpened his spatial awareness and predictive intuition for open lanes and passing windows, long before he ever picked up a professional basketball. This unusual upbringing gifted him a mind that processes possibilities at light speed, seeing the entire canvas of the game as a constantly evolving tapestry of probabilities, where he always finds the most elegant, most devastating solution. His assist numbers are not merely statistics, they are a manifesto, a declaration that the game no longer belongs to the high-flyers or the isolation scorers, but to the grandmaster orchestrator, the one who understands that basketball is, at its heart, a dance of angles and opportunities, a complex equation where he is always solving for the most efficient path to utter domination. His MVP seasons weren't just about individual accolades, they were coronation ceremonies for a new paradigm. He didn't just lead his team, he was the offense, a singular gravitational force around which every play revolved, not as a selfish black hole, but as a benevolent sun illuminating every potential scoring opportunity. He brought the ball up the court, directed traffic, ran pick and rolls, posted up, hit threes, and dished out dimes with the finesse of a point guard half his size, all while simultaneously gobbling up rebounds and playing defense. It was an unprecedented takeover, a redefinition of positional roles that baffled purists and sent coaches back to the drawing board, their old strategies rendered obsolete by a man who scoffed at conventional limitations. He didn't just score, he facilitated scoring with such omnipresent efficiency that his teammates often found themselves with wide-open looks they hadn't even recognized until the ball was already in their hands. Despite his unparalleled court vision and cerebral approach, Jokic once confessed in a private moment that his preferred method of understanding complex plays isn't through traditional film study, but by visualizing them as a series of animated chess moves, allowing him to anticipate and counter entire defensive sequences 3 steps ahead, a level of foresight few athletes ever attain. This ability to see the game in a multidimensional chess match translates into a mesmerizing on-court ballet where he seems to operate with a pre-programmed certainty, always a step ahead, always making the correct, often counterintuitive, play. He doesn't need to be flashy to be devastating. His brilliance lies in the cold, hard logic of his decisions, the methodical unraveling of an opponent's best-laid plans. Jokic's unique style is an affront to the eye test, a living, breathing paradox. He moves with a deliberate, almost languid grace that belies his power and precision. There are no thunderous dunks, no gravity-defying blocks, no blistering sprints coast to coast. Instead, there's a slow, methodical churn, a grinding down of opponents through sheer, unadulterated basketball IQ and an array of unorthodox moves that seem plucked from a forgotten era, yet are devastatingly effective in the hyper-athletic modern game. His efficiency isn't just a statistical anomaly, it's a statement, a testament to the idea that mental superiority can trump physical prowess, that calculated risk and surgical execution can dismantle even the most formidable athletic specimens. He redefined what a modern center could be, not through athleticism, but through artistry, through an almost inhuman understanding of the game's intrinsic rhythms and secret cadences. He doesn't conform to the league's aesthetic, the league, slowly but surely, is being forced to conform to him. He operates with an almost unsettling calm, a dispassionate brilliance that seems to draw energy from the chaos he creates. Remarkably, during his first MVP season, Jokic was documented by team staff as spending less time on strength training machines than any other starting center in the league, instead relying on an unorthodox regimen of yoga, balance drills, and an ancient Serbian form of resistance training using only his body weight and natural environment, defying every modern athletic norm. This unconventional physical discipline contributes to his unique blend of strength, agility, and touch, allowing him to dominate without ever appearing to break a sweat, a testament to the silent, unseen forces that govern his unparalleled success. He is the quiet storm, the unassuming titan, who, with every flick of the wrist, every no-look pass, every impossible angle, chisels away at the foundations of basketball, leaving behind a stark, unsettling beauty. But here's the most disturbing truth, the revelation that peels back the veneer of admiration and leaves a chilling, gross-out sensation in its wake. Nikola Jokic's game isn't just about winning, it's about the psychological evisceration of his opponents, a cold, clinical demolition that leaves nothing but existential dread in its wake. There's a subtle, almost imperceptible horror in watching him play. It's the horror of seeing the game reduced to its bare, mechanical elements, stripped of all its raw, passionate struggle. His genius is so pure, so utterly efficient, so devoid of theatricality or apparent effort, that it feels unnatural. It's like watching an alien intelligence effortlessly solve a problem that humans agonize over, making our struggle seem pathetic, our valiant efforts utterly insignificant. He doesn't just beat you, he subtly, methodically, disgustingly proves that your entire approach to the game is flawed, inefficient, and childish. He makes the pursuit of excellence seem like a simple, obvious endeavor, stripping away the glory of hard-won battles. The revulsion sets in when you realize his dominance isn't born from sweat and fury, but from a detached, almost condescending mental superiority. He's not engaging in a contest of wills, he's performing an intricate, bloodless surgery on his opponent's psyche, leaving them gutted and hollow, wondering if they ever truly understood the game at all. His passes dissect defenses with the precision of a surgeon, his rebounds appear almost by magic, and his scoring feels less like aggressive offense and more like the inevitable outcome of a perfectly executed, devastating equation. He removes the very heart of competition, replacing it with an overwhelming, unsettling sense of futility, transforming the joyous chaos of basketball into a sterile, predictable machine where he is the only operator. It's a clean, efficient kill, leaving no messy blood or heroic last stands, just the quiet, unsettling realization that you were never even in the fight. This silent titan, this unassuming architect of cosmic basketball, continues his quiet insurgency, an enigma wrapped in an enigma, slowly digesting the norms of the sport and reshaping it in his own unsettling image. His legacy won't just be records or championships, but a profound, almost repulsive shift in how we understand the very fabric of competitive sport, a relentless, dispassionate quest for perfect efficiency that strips away the very humanity of the game. He isn't just a player, he's a harbinger of a new, unsettling era, proving that the most devastating power doesn't roar, but whispers, and in its chilling silence, reshapes everything. What if this unsettling efficiency, this cold, calculating genius, is just the beginning? You may admire his brilliance now, but remember, the future he builds might leave you utterly disgusted.